During trial, we are getting which arm is a placebo arm. The patients are getting relief.
World War II, wounded soldiers were plentiful. Army doctor Henry Beecher needed to operate on an injured soldier but had no drugs to give him for the pain. A desperate nurse grabbed a vial of salt water, filled a syringe, and miraculously, the soldier's pain went away.
In homeopathy, there are more than 2000 drugs are available nowadays. Different types of domain. You see, homeopathy is nothing but a placebo and nothing but is a pseudoscience.
Sir, you used a very fancy term, pseudoscience. Any particular reason for using that word?
Because
Welcome to the podcast series Meet the Leader. Today's guest is Prof.Dr. Shubhamoy Ghosh. Sir is one of our mentor under mentor and mentee program at Parul University. Sir, welcome.
Namaskar.
Sir, I would like to understand that how did you find your experience being in Parul in last 3 days?
Okay. I am Professor Dr. Shubhamoy Ghosh. I am working in D&D Homeopathic Medical College for last 3 years as head of the department in Pathology and Microbiology. In addition to this, I am chairperson of the Department of Science and Technology and DBT in Ayush and Medicinal Plant section. So it is an excellent experience in Parul University because this year Parul University was taking up the assignment of organizing the specific thing that is All India Postgraduate Seminar 2020-2024, and it is meant for the postgraduate scholars. So there are about 750 scholars and faculty were attended this conference. Even though there are a lot of speakers across the world from national and international level, and besides this there is another one, that is the pre-seminar workshop, which is based on research methodology and biostatistics workshop training. There are near about 50 scholars who have attended the pre-seminar workshop and they have learned a lot. So I think 3 days program is meaningful for the academician and researchers also.
Sir, as you explained that there are 3 ways to achieve what we can and what we should, like being an academician, being a researcher, and being a clinician. So, sir, can you briefly explain me what do you mean about it?
Yes. Actually, a physician and a doctor has got 3 dimensions. One, definitely, he or she should have a dimension of as a good clinician. That is a very good quality of a clinician. Besides this, some people may get interest in education also. So academia is a very important for a good scholars and good student. And besides this, there is another facet, that is the research, which is nowadays very important for homeopathic clinicians. So 3 facets which are very, very important in the field of homeopathy nowadays, because clinician, if you think, there are a lot of clinicians has got tremendous capacity to examine patient and the good clinical aptitude, but they don't have any idea of education and academics. So in cases of institution, I think 3 facets are very, very important.
Right. So, sir, if you want to distribute in a scale of 100, can you suggest our mentees, or you can say your homeopaths, that how much they should distribute for physician or clinical trial person, researcher or academician?
If you consider in the undergraduate student, they should learn at first the clinical experience.
Okay.
It is very, very important from the first BHMS and to final BHMS and up to internship level. They should learn the clinics at large. And subsequently, nowadays, National Commission for Homeopathy, NCH, which is the highest body for education, they have implemented the research skill. So we are trying to incorporate research from the very beginning, which is this very specific program, STSH program for the students. So students are engaging in the research activities, very short projects, which are nowadays is very popular. That is called STSH program. So if you like to score it, first one is these clinics, second one is research, and some people, those who are interested in education, they may switch over to teacher.
Right. So, sir, can you please give us a roadmap what we should follow to give us a expected outcome while we are doing any research?
If you consider research in homeopathy, so you have to think very important issue, because in homeopathy research is very, very less
Okay.
across the world. So when if you check different types of domain, you see homeopathy is nothing but a placebo and nothing but is a pseudoscience.
Okay.
Otherwise, homeopathy is very popular in India. Very popular in India, not only India, across the globe, across the world. So research is the need of hour. So which research we have to start with?
Okay.
So first of all, we will concentrate on clinical research. Because in homeopathy, there are more than 2000 drugs are available nowadays. More than 2000 drugs are available. And the practitioner using that drug with a safe manner. But we have to substantiate evidence in favor of homeopathy. So how will you substantiate evidence? So we have to do different type of clinical trial as per understanding of the modern medicine. So that is very big question, because in modern medicine, there is a challenge. There are different phases of trial, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, 4 trial. But in homeopathy, already existing drugs are available. More than 2000 drugs already I have mentioned. So what we are doing in every day, so we plan specific clinical condition where homeopathy can do something.
Okay.
Say for ASD, what you have already mentioned. It's a very gray area, ASD or neurodegenerative disease, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, non-communicable disease, which are very, very prevalent in India. So we can apply homeopathy medicines in clinical trial setup.
Okay.
In a which setup? We are trying to push in a double-blind clinical trial, which is very, very important to potentiate efficacy of the homeopathy medicine. So start with we are doing clinical trials, and simultaneously we are doing a laboratory work, that is fundamental research.
So you used a very fancy term, pseudoscience. So any particular reason for using that word?
Because Hahnemann has actually discovered homeopathy. During that time, homeopathy is very popular, because 250 years ago there is no good science. Okay, when evidence-based homeopathy, evidence-based science has emerged, then homeopathy has been criticized, because homeopathy during that time, homeopathy is not tested by double-blind clinical trial. Because in double-blind clinical trial, which is the gold standard of efficacy, the gold standard of efficacy, why? Because it has got two arms. One is the intervention one, and another is the control arm. So we can minimize the bias. When we are talking about effectiveness and efficacy, we have to check whether really it is only a placebo effect. Sometimes placebo may show some effects.
Okay.
So during trial, we are getting which arm is a placebo arm. The patients are getting relief in a certain extent.
Okay.
So we have to reach beyond that level. So intervention level or red arm level should be superior to placebo level. That's why we prefer double-blind randomized controlled trial.
So how much bias is allowed while we do the trials?
Yes, that's a good question. When you are considering double-blind RCT, there are 4 facets are there. One is randomization, blinding, allocation. It's a very, very important facets. And these facets covered reduction of all biases, because you do not know which patients are blinded, which patients under intervention. You do not know. Which patients are getting treatment, which patients are not getting treatment. And specifically the randomization process is a very beautiful thing. So when the patient comes into your trial, so the principal investigator or the researcher do not know which subject will be enrolled, intervention one or the placebo one. So these are the beauty of reducing the bias.
Okay. Sir, you had seen our labs and infrastructure at Parul University.
Yes.
Can you give us a piece of advice how and what way we should utilize at the
Parul
maximum?
University is the rightest place where initiative can be taken, because all facilities are there. Because you people have good number of patients, you people have animal laboratory for research, preclinical research, and all facilities of the fundamental research. And homeopathy needs specifically nanotechnology. So if you integrate the laboratory work along with the nanotechnology, along with the clinical research, that is the best place for the research, I think. So you have to collaborate all the department, all the interdisciplinary approach is the only way to take up.
Any advice to our mentees so that they follow your path?
Yes. First of all the faculties should have special sensitization for research. Every faculty. And most of the faculty do not have that vision to sensitize the student. Students are always good, because my perception is students are always good. So we have to sensitize. Yes, you are a clinician, you have to do something, you have to contribute for homeopathy. So if you do something for homeopathy, you have to learn research methodology at the very onset. So you people should start good workshop of research methodology and biostatistics for 7 days workshop or 10 days workshop. It's a different type of workshop. Some will be a very basic workshop for the student and the PG scholars. And it will be a good one if you arrange one advanced workshop for the faculties.
Okay.
Because proposal writing and synopsis writing is an art. How to write a manuscript, that is also very good thing. So if you initiate these things, will be automatically amongst the researcher, clinician and the faculty, it will be a great thing.
Sir, if you can please let me know and can explain to our viewers that India, if we want to compare Indian research with other developed nation in terms of homeopathy research, like from Germany for an example, so where we stand and what we should do to come upfront.
Actually, if you ask me the research in homeopathy, European countries, specifically the Switzerland and the Italy and Latin America, Brazil, they are really in the frontier of fundamental research, okay? The fundamental and basic research. And if you ask me the clinical research, because most of the countries that you have uttered, in the Western countries, specifically European countries, there the lack of patients are very, very important. But India is the hub of homeopathy, where patients are there. Most of the patients are interested in treating of homeopathy, from pediatrics to geriatric group. So clinical research is very much popular in India. But if you ask me the research papers, research papers in India are very scanty. So we are emphasizing the good research work along with the publications. So there is a dictum that is a publish or perish. So very, very important message to the researcher as well as the students and the academician. So we have to focus on the good research and simultaneously good research paper, so that homeopathy can disseminate through the world.
Sir, so you suggest we should pen down our case studies?
Yes, we can see there is a evidence-based pyramid. If you consider the evidence-based pyramid, there's a pyramid, as the bottom line is a case, a single case report.
Yeah.
Then is a case series. Then it is cohort. Then is a
Yeah.
double-blind RCT. Then go to the hierarchy, the systematic review and the meta-analysis. So when if you start from the case report, is a good case report, but to maintain the correct pathway. What is the correct pathway? So we have to maintain the guidelines of the writing of a single case report. So what is the guideline? Is a care guideline. So you have to adhere to the care guideline. But mind it, when we are considering a case report, there is a bias because it is interaction between patient and
physicians.
physician. So there is a bias. If you consider it is a multiple cases, so this is called case series.
Yeah.
So you minimize that bias. But when you are reaching that level, double blind RCT, bias will be minimized.
Yeah.
That's why we're emphasizing on the double blind RCT in terms of. But start with, we can do case report. Good case report also is meaningful.
Thank you, sir, for your time. Thank you, everyone, for listening and joining us. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you.